As a follower of Jesus, what kind of father does God want me to be? If you've ever asked yourself this question, you know that there's a lot of different ways that you can go with this. There's probably a lot of different messages you've heard over the years, right? God wants you to be a man of strong character and integrity and strength and courage, but also have a heart that is fierce and bold and ready to love fully. And this is good and beautiful and true. But this Father's Day, I was thinking about this. If we're hearing this message through the lens of a culture of individualism, what does that say to us? If we're only hearing this message through that culture of individualism, what it starts to feel like is this tremendous pressure that's weighing down on us, telling us if you want to be a good father, you have to prove that you can do it alone. Right? The culture we live in says if you want to be a man, if you want to be a father, you need to prove that you can do it by yourself. But Jesus has a better way. How did Jesus live his life? He surrounded himself with others, right? He lived a life in community. And so the question I want to ask on this Father's Day is this: who are the other father figures that are walking with you, that are working in the lives of your kids, helping to raise them up in the faith? You know, to be a strong father means being in community. To be a follower of Jesus means to be in community. That means being able to lean on others for support and trust and strength, and then to be able to support others in their times of struggle. That's what it means to be a strong father, a strong man, a strong follower of Jesus. You know, a few years ago, there was a group of guys that we got together regularly for a discipleship group, just a small group of us. And all of us in the group had kids at various ages and stages of life. And as we talked and got to know each other more deeply, one of the things we found was that even though all of us had kids at different ages, none of us seemed to know what in the heck we were doing. We all felt untethered, like we were going it alone. And so out of those conversations, one of the guys in the group had this vision for a new men's ministry at our church. And he was very specific, and he called it Father Figure. And so we launched this ministry with the idea that at least once a month, this group of guys would get together, dads that could talk and share their joys and their struggles, and we could bounce ideas off each other and walk with each other through this journey of how to figure out how to be fathers, how to be men of faith in the world today. But one of the beautiful things that happened was this: that group became incredibly intergenerational. I mean, we had younger guys that had toddlers at home, and some guys that had teenagers, some that had college students, some that were empty nesters. We even had grandfathers that joined the group regularly, and I loved it. They would sit in the back and they would kind of chuckle at us and say, "Yeah, I know, I've been there." But they had so much wisdom to share. It was such a beautiful ministry. And out of that, now today, my kids have this cloud of witnesses, this group of other men in their lives, father figures, that are helping to walk with me, helping to invest in who they are and help show them what it means to be a man, to be a follower of Jesus in the world today. And one of the things I love about the church is that this group of people is such a varied and diverse group that you would never expect. For example, you know, one of my best friends, I don't know if you can tell from the video, but I'm white and one of my best friends is black, and we grew up in very different places, very different worlds, and he and I are in each other's lives, and we kind of like walk with each other's kids, and it's such a beautiful gift. I love that they get to experience that. And in our neighborhood, we've invested in relationships, and there's two guys that live down the street from us. They've been together for 30 years in this beautiful, loving relationship, and for a number of reasons, they never tried to adopt or have any kids in their house, and they are like father figures in my kids' lives, so they get to see a family that looks different than ours. What a beautiful gift. And then, of course, there's our small group at church, a group of different families. We all have kids about the same age, and we get together at least once a month. None of us have time, but we make time, because if you don't commit, it's not going to happen. But we commit to this because we walk with each other, right? We can share with each other the joys, the challenges, and help one another learn how to raise up our kids in this crazy world. So on this Father's Day, I want to ask you that question again. Who are the other father figures that are walking with you, helping you to raise up your kids in faith. And another question I want to leave you with is this: who are those that need you to be a father figure in their lives today? You know, maybe you're someone who, for whatever reason, never had kids, or maybe your kids are older and they've moved away, but you have so much wisdom and heart left to share. Someone needs you to walk with them and be that father figure for their family. And that's what it means to be a strong father, a strong man of faith, is to be in community, to have that solid foundation of other men in your lives that walk with you so that we can do this together. It's like we read in Hebrews chapter 12, therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and every sin that clings so closely and run with perseverance the race that was set before us. What a gift. This Father's Day, let us find those other father figures in our lives. Let us be that for one another so that together we can walk with Jesus and raise up this next generation to be bold and daring followers of Jesus Christ.